Hello everyone, Brian at PS4 Trophies. I'm going to walk you through the Leviathan raid. This is the final boss, Emperor Calus. Now I'm a 292 power Dawnblade. I believe everyone in our group was over 290 power, except for one. I think it was 286 maybe. Now I also have the nameless Midnight Scout Rifle, which I enjoyed quite a bit. And the MVP of the raid is the Cold Heart. By far, this was awesome. We had a few people that were using this weapon, especially when you get to the part where you got to kill skulls. It's amazing. Now I have a really crappy rocket launcher because the RNG is not my favorite, and nothing special with the helm, but I do have the gauntlets and the chest piece, this raid armor, and I do get the raid helmet as a reward for completing this boss, and the Lunafaction boots, which are my favorite piece of Warlock exotic. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. Now to start the encounter, you're going to have to shoot the chalice in his hand. Once you've started it, all you need to do is just kill all the mobs in the room. They're going to come from the center. There's a door in the center, and they're also going to come from the left and the right side in the very back. Now occasionally you're going to see some major enemies, the ones with the orange health bars. If you ping them at least once, you're going to most likely get a power ammo drop. The power ammo is going to be very critical. You guys want to make sure that everyone has power ammo. Build that up. You also get power ammo when the Psions appear in the bubbles right before you get teleported. If you go in and melee them, I highly recommend everyone in the group hit them because they drop power armor as well. Very critical to do that. And you're also going to have to maintain the rest of your ammo. Now we're going to get teleported, so because there's a lot going on at that point, I'm going to start now. You're going to have to divide the group into three. Three people are going to stay in the other dimension, which I call the void room, and three other people are going to have to grab an orb that's in there. There's three of them when you spawn. Jump over the barrier, grab the orb, and they're going to be teleported here. Now the three people inside the void area are going to call out symbols that are above the head. You're going to see the head in front of us in a second. And then the people outside have to kill the Psion with the symbol above their head for the one we don't call. So for example, I'm going to call a symbol here. You're going to see it above his head in just a moment. There it is. It's the axe blades. I'm going to call the axe blade. Someone else is going to call the sun. Someone else is going to call the dog. So the people outside need to do a process of elimination to figure out that they have to kill the chalice Psion. So we're going to do that, and then when they correctly kill it, the barrier moves up. Now there are a bunch of enemies here. There are three guys on the ground. They're going to be regular Psions with the red health bar, and then you're going to have two floating ones. Kill the three on the ground as fast as you can. There's always going to be one on the left, one in the middle, and one on the right. Help your partner. We're spread out here, left, and middle, and right. Help your partner shoot across. Kill those as fast as you can, and then you got to kill the two floating ones. So I can't see the one in front of me, so hopefully the guy in the middle is going to shoot over to the left-hand side to kill it. Now we're going to go up to the final phase of this section, and that is where he's going to start spewing a whole bunch of skulls. But first, you got some more Psions you've got to worry about. So take out the two, take out the regular red ones, and then come back. You don't want to be, you want to get as far back as you can. Now using the Cold Heart, we are going to use these. As you can see, we have 3 Cold Hearts going, so don't cross the streams. And this is amazing for taking out these skulls. Absolutely amazing. If you have these, highly recommend you use them. As you can see, our force of will counter is counting up on the left side. We're at 40 stacks. Around this point, the people outside have to shoot the armor off of Emperor Calus. They wait as long as possible before they start shooting off the armor, so we can stay in here and shoot skulls for as long as we can. They stay at the back of the arena, throw down a Warlock healing rift, and then wait until the last moment before they start taking the armor off. And they do that once it starts glowing really bright red. Now once you're outside, everyone gather around the first plate. Choose a plate to go to. We choose this one. And we do a 3, 2, 1 count and then jump up all at the same time. I then throw down my empowering rift, which is a Warlock bonus damage. And you can see our force of will on the left hand side says times 68. That is how much damage bonus we are getting. And at this point, we're just going to use everything we can during this burn phase. Now, once you get him down to once you take off 1/3 of his health, he enters a second phase. During the first phase, you have to get criticals off his head. Second phase, you have to get it off the chest, and you'll see it. You'll recognize it when it happens. Now, when he goes through that transformation, you actually get a little bonus time on the platform, and I kind of screw it up here. He's going to go through the change right here. At this point, you have extra time on this platform. Instead, I run over to the fourth platform, and it's pretty much just going to use that up because he's going to destroy this in just a moment. Now, speaking of destroying, next time we come through here, we'll talk about when you have to jump off of each platform. You'll know when you have to jump off because he's going to raise his arm and he's about to shoot the platform. Right there, he's going to burn it. And that happens at each of the at each of the 4 platforms. So you get about 15-20 seconds on each platform. Now at this point, he's going to go back immune, and we need to go and kill the ads that come out. It's very important that you worry about your ammo at all times. At this point, I need cold heart ammo in order to succeed to kill the skulls, so I'm looking for these little green drops here, energy ammo. Also, while taking out the ads and picking up power ammo, of course, as I come across them. It is also very wise that at this point, if you're one of the inside group in the void area, use your super to generate orbs for the 3 people that stay behind, who come back out, grab the orbs, and come back out to the Calus room, because while they're trying to kill the one Psion you don't call out, they're also dealing with a whole bunch of ads. So help them out by dropping orbs. I don't exactly do that right here. Probably should have. Now, if you're a hunter, you want to save your golden gun for the boss itself during the burn phase. So just be mindful of that. All right, so now we're back in here. 3 void people are going to take their positions, left, right, middle. The 3 people going back to the Calus room are going to grab the orb and travel out. I'm calling the Chalice here. I don't remember what the other 2 people were calling, but we're also shooting the Psions that appear. The first set there is just the 2 white ones. After that, it's going to be 3 red ones on the ground plus the 2 white ones floating above. Again, there's another call out here as well. Now you're going to have to help again, cross your look left and right, make sure that all of the red Psions are down, and then the 2 Psions, the white ones. If they hit you with any attack, again, it's going to probably be game over. Now you'll also have to be careful that you don't slide on these ramps. You can see one just in front of me to the right. And you also got to be careful of gaps in the floor. The second and third wave, there are gaps in the floor that weren't there the first time you come through here. The third phase, if you make it there, or fourth, is going to be identical to this, so it's real easy. Alright, so now we're going to go and do the skull phase again with our cold hearts. I'm going to back up, gather everyone around me here, and he's going to start spewing them out. When you're further back, you have more time to shoot them. Now this one we do amazing. We actually get 80 stacks of force of will, and that is going to make a huge difference, as we're going to be able to get his health to about 1/8, a little less than a quarter maybe. But with the cold heart, I don't hold down the button. I see some of my teammates there just hold it down. I do let go just for a moment, just to make sure that I'm not reloading at the same time that they're reloading. Just kind of want to take the timing and change it. Alright, so now we're teleporting off. We're going to go back to the platform. We're going to do a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then I'll jump on there. I'm going to throw down my damage rift. And I'm going to start off with my rockets, just so I can conserve my ammo as much as possible. With 80 stacks here, we are going to get a good chunk of his health out. Almost half of his entire health bar. Now you saw right there, he raised his arm, he was about to shoot us. At that point we call move, so everyone moves. It's best that everyone just looks at his visual cue so they don't have to hear you, just so they know. If someone's still left on this platform when he destroys it, you're in trouble. I'll fire my last rocket before I move on to my, I'm just going to use my scout rifle. Oh, let's go ahead and switch back to the Cold Heart. The Cold Heart does amazing damage on him. Unfortunately, I have no more ammo, so moving into the last phase, I gotta make sure I get some energy ammo. Very, very, very important. Now, we don't take them all the way down here. When you do take them all the way down at 1%, you do have one final burn you gotta do, because he's gonna charge up one final wipe attack. If he gets the attack off, the entire raid wipes. So the good thing here is we have some room to play with. In the next phase, we can save up any superpowers that people have. Some of our hunters are saving up their golden gun attacks at this point. And now I'm running around trying to find ammo. I'm going to leave some orbs for the people outside, because I did not do it the last time, and I am not a very good teammate. Thankfully no one noticed. Of course, they're probably watching this video with their arms up in the air screaming at me. Alright, so I have not a whole lot of energy, so I'm searching frantically here. And I'm going to find some laying down over here. It's very important you guys also don't have to revive. Each person has one revive. If someone dies when your entire team's together, have someone from the Void group come and revive them. Because if the people that return to the Emperor's room here are out of revives, then you're in trouble. So we're gonna go melee these Psions in these bubbles, these councilors, and that'll allow us to get heavy ammo. And one last final teleport. Now this, unfortunately, this section here, sometimes it gets cheap, and I'm not gonna lie to you, and it kind of sucks. Where as you're moving forward to the next barricade, one of the Psions will spawn and hit you immediately. You would have no chance. So sometimes that'll happen. You'll see someone get sucked in, and then just, I think, kind of maybe a terrible mechanic, who knows. It doesn't always happen. So again, taking out the Psions, calling the 3 symbols, and the group outside again, or while they're taking care of the ads, have to destroy the one councilor, the Psion, that we don't call. Whichever symbol we don't call is the one they have to get. Now, there's an interesting wrinkle here. I'm actually going to lose the teammate on the far right here in just a moment, probably to one of those really crappy raid mechanics. I'm not entirely sure what happens. I'll take his word for it that it was just dumb luck. Someone outside died as well. He's going to be revived here in just a second. And there goes my teammate, gets sucked into the eye. So we're going to have just 2 people here. Thankfully, we don't have to call out symbols anymore. If you lose someone in here and still have to call out symbols, the people outside are just going to have to take a guess as to which one they have to kill. So using the Cold Heart once again, even with just 2 people, we're going to get over 50 stacks of Force of Will. But as low as the health is on the Emperor himself, it probably wouldn't have been a terrible thing if we had only ended up at 30 or 40. But the Cold Heart is really going to make this much easier. Again, back up as much as you can before he starts firing. It gives you more time to take these guys, take the skulls out. Again, the guys outside take down the armor of Calus at the last possible moment. So, final phase. 3rd phase. We are not cool enough to do this in a single phase. I've seen some videos on it. Those are some real high-level players. This is a video guide for mediocre players like myself. Powering Rift once again. At this point, it's not a whole lot I have that can do super high amount of damage. The Cold Heart does do a really good job, though. Makes up for me what I don't have. I don't have gold guns or any fancy 4,000 point any items. I do have some weapons that would do a good job that I would have to replace the Cold Heart with. I would have loved to have used Merciless. That's a good weapon as well to burn the enemy, maybe to burn him. Problem was I could only equip 1 exotic in the Cold Heart. Getting the stacks, the Force of Will stacks, is far more important. But here we go. He's in his final burn. We get him to that point. He's now charging up his attacks. You see the little white line above his head. You have to get all the way down before he finishes charging the attack, and once he does, he'll wipe the raid. But thankfully, at the last moment, we kill him before he kills us. And let me tell you, I almost lost my hearing because the chat in the party was just monstrous. I was contributing to that myself, of course. I was super excited. Once you've done this, go drop down into the hole that opens up in the center of that room. Run all the way to the end, get your loot, and more importantly, get your trophy. Because you are going to get the Belly of the Beast gold trophy. That's it, guys. I hope this raid walkthrough helped you a little bit. I know there's a lot of guides out there. I watched a couple of them myself. Maybe you got a little pointer here that you didn't get from one of the other ones. So if you did, make sure you guys hit the like button and, of course, subscribe.